My reaction to RWBY Chapter 10. Last time on RWBY was the badge and the burden, so they all got unpacked. RWBY now has a whistle and Vice is not taking liking to it. So they unpacked and decorated everything and shabbily turned their beds into bunk beds. There's one that's tagging on top of lots of books and one that's just hanging on the ceiling. There's no way they won't fall at some point. Then they went straight to the classes with a lecture that did not seem very interesting. Voice was taking down notes while Ruby was basically doodling away in doing stuff. And as Voice kept looking at Ruby, she got more and more furious and she seemed like she was about to explode. And the teacher, just while it happening, the teacher was telling them a story about himself and yeah. And so now they're about to test themselves against a monster. Time to see how that turns out. This is RWBY Chapter 10, The Badge and the Burden Part 2. The episode is starting right now. Test yourself.
Go Blaze! Fight well! Yeah!
RWBY.
Represent Team RWBY! RWBY, I'm trying to focus!
Oi! What?
Sorry.
Those two are
All
awesome.
right, let the match begin.
Oh, what's the.
Aha! Wasn't expecting that, were you?
Hang in there, Blaze!
Calm down. Whoa.
Oh, I like it.
Come on, Blaze, show it who's boss!
Quiet, RWBY. Not loud. Don't worry about RWBY, just focus on yourself.
Oh, now what will you do without your weapon?
Blaze, go for its belly! There's no armor underneath! Stop telling me what to do!
That's not gonna be easy now. Whoa! Ooh, there we go. Let's just finish it. There we go.
Bravo! Bravo! It appears we are indeed in the presence of a true huntress in training. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to cover the assigned readings and stay vigilant. Class dismissed.
You two need to talk this out.
Sheesh, what's with her?
You two need to talk this out.
Blaze! What? What's wrong with you? Why are you being... What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be a leader, and all you've been so far is a nuisance. What did I do? That's just it. You've done nothing to earn your position. Back in the forest, you acted like a child, and you've only continued to do so. Blaze, where is this coming from? What happened to all the talk about working together? I thought you believed in acting as a team. Not a team led by you. I've studied and trained, and quite frankly, I deserve better.
Oh.
Ozpin made a mistake.
Now that didn't seem to go very well.
Is she right? Did you make a mistake?
That remains to be seen.
Professor Port,
Ah, Miss Shani. And to what do I owe this fine pleasure?
So what?
I enjoyed your lecture.
Of course you did, child. You have the blood of a true huntress in you.
You really think so?
Most surely. Something's troubling you.
Yes, sir.
Dear girl, confess to me your strife.
Well, I think I should have been the leader of Team RWBY.
That's preposterous.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's only been one day. RWBY, I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, and child on this planet.
Ooh.
But at this moment, I would not consider your appointment to leader to be one of them. Do you?
Excuse me?
I've believed in Professor Osborne for many years, and the man's never once led me astray.
So you would just blindly accept his decision even after seeing how exceptional I am?
With all due respect, your exceptional skill on the battlefield is matched only by your poor attitude.
How dare you?
My point exactly.
Oh no.
I see a girl before me who has spent her entire life getting exactly what she wanted.
That's not even remotely true. Well, not entirely true.
Being a team leader isn't just a title you carry into battle, but a badge you wear constantly. If you are not always performing at your absolute best, then what reason do you give others to follow you?
So the outcome did not fall in your favor. Do you really believe that acting in such a manner would cause those in power to reconsider their decision? So instead of fretting about what you don't have, savor what you do. Hone your skills, perfect every technique, and be not the best leader, but the best person you can be.
Nice. I like this guy now.
You've been burdened with a daunting responsibility, Ruby. I advise you take some time to think about how you will uphold it.
Yeah, they both need this talk. Maybe they can talk it out now. She wants to be leader. That's basically all it was. So, yeah. Oh, the bottom one is Ruby. Wait, did she all that all her notes?
Wes, I was studying and then I fell asleep. I'm sorry. How do you take your coffee? I don't. Answer the question. Cream and 5 sugars. Don't move.
What's that for, Weiss?
Here.
Are you sure? Okay.
Thanks, Weiss.
Where is it coming from?
Ruby, I think you have what it takes to be a good leader. Just know that I am going to be the best teammate you will ever have.
That's all she wants.
Good luck studying.
Oh, the top one on.
That's wrong, by the way. Hey, Ruby? Uh-huh. I always wanted bunk beds as a kid.
A what? I'll take a look at that later. Okay. I like this guy. This seemed a bit fast, but that talk really did help out. It's bad. Okay, it's only just 6, so to check a few things out first.
I always wanted bunk beds as a kid.
Oh, sure, okay. She always wanted bunk beds. And what was the professor's name again?
Professor Port.
Port, okay. Okay, so again a short episode. So Weiss battled the monster and Ruby was cheering her on, telling her what to do and stuff. And Weiss just didn't like it. Basically, Weiss wanted to be the leader of Team Ruby, not Ruby. But instead of trying to be the good leader, the best leader she can be, she's trying to be the best person she can be. And she accepted Ruby as team leader. And Professor Osborne told Ruby that being a leader is a burden she has to carry and that she can never falter at all. And he said he's been many more mistakes than any man, woman, or child ever has. That's something I want to know about. There's a lot about Osborne that's a bit. I'm not sure if I want to use the word shady, but I think that's it. There's just a lot that we don't know about him, and I just want to know more. The professor did seem a bit boring in class, but he gave some pretty good advice to Weiss now. Weiss always wanted bunk beds, so I guess at the top left one is Ruby's bunk. I still don't know how they're going to manage that for long. At some point, I'm sure it will fall down, but let's see. So Ruby was still studying at night, staying up. So I guess she doesn't pay much attention in class, but she does try hard to study. And Weiss helped her with her coffee. It did seem like a pretty fast resolution, but that was some pretty good advice, so okay. Maybe it hasn't been resolved just yet, but they may be trying to do it, and I'm sure problems may come back a bit later on. Let's see. That's all I have for now. The first year class is done. Team Ruby got settled in, it seems like. Let's see what's going to happen on the next day. My reaction is now done.